live? Are we live? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. We have had a little bit of time off streaming. And so like anytime that I leave and come back, who knows? Who knows if the computer works? It's a mystery to everybody. And who who knows if the video will have focus on my face or the white balance will be off. It's a mystery for everyone, but we're here. Okay, that looks about right. We're here to celebrate and remember Vincent van Gogh. We're going to talk a little bit about Vincent van Gogh later on this stream. We're going to visit a museum constructed by Stellar Spider right here in Amsterdam, the Amsterdam portion of our big collaborative gigantic parade route. We have folks set up. Wow, that is weird. We have folks set up there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in the voice chat, or a voice chat, over here. Everybody else is in the Hangout one, so I'll go over here and set up my screen share. Well, I don't need to set up the screen share because they can hear me. Okay. Stefan, user settings. We're just having fun getting everything going. Voice activity. Woo! Everyone's favorite. Okay. So, now folks should be able to hear me on the server. Folks should be able to hear me in Twitch and YouTube. Normally when we start these, we jump right in and start the clock because all of the participants already know the rules. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour. Okay, and get ready. Get set. Build. And we have... Everybody is about to immediately spring into action here. Look at that. Look at that spring. Look at that spring. There's Centauratron springing immediately into action. We have folks greeting me in Twitch chat, in YouTube chat. I will be talking to y'all very, very soon. I'm just doing all sorts of little setup stuff. Normally, a lot of this stuff is already done, but when you restart the computer after being gone for a week, sometimes things go sideways. So we are just making sure everything is absolutely set up properly here. And we've got folks starting their builds. The way this works is I basically had a 3-month build contest on my Patreon server. And you know what? I think my view distance is turned down a little bit here. Can I turn that up? Is that... Maybe that's just the server view distance. No, that's further. So we had a 12-month build contest to build different segments of a giant loop around an ancient city. And each segment here, or outpost, was given a length of the perimeter of that area around the ancient cities. And they got to spend 3 months building a road and an outpost. All of the roads had to be the same width, with the idea being that we would have parade float build contests hosted on this giant road. So we're moving through different areas here. This is the Not Kansas area, inspired by the Wizard of Oz, which hosted our Halloween parade. So you can see, whoa. I feel like the computer's choppier than usual. Is folding at home? Folding at home is running. Okay, okay. Kindlist says redstone is started. Was there redstone happening back at the build? Okay. Yeah, folding at home is running. That's fine. Okay. Now the stream should be less choppy. We can take down the setting up now sign. Oh, yeah. I always leave the setting up now sign up until I remember to mention that this is a viewer-supported stream and that tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills. But I don't have my little text file full of links open here. Open Stream links. Boom. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so anyway, change it to setting up parade now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So anyway, basically, folks had 3 months to build areas to host the parades. And we had a big old judging. And first place got first choice of what holiday their parade would be for. So, like, for example, Not Kansas here won first place and got to host our Halloween parade. So we had all sorts of cool stuff for that. Mummy's Tomb, ghosts, other stuff here. Yeah. It's, I'm loading a lot of chunks. Sorry, y'all who are trying to build. But, like, the first 5 or 10 minutes, we don't really need to show the folks working on the builds because they're still, like, laying the fundamentals, right? So, surrender, Dorothy. Over here we had Lotus, and they hosted one of our recent parades for Mardi Gras, which was fun. Boy, I don't know why it keeps doing that, like, whoop, 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 warp thing. Oh, just as a reminder, we are when we do these build contests, we do rotational tips. Let me fix that camera a little bit. Well, now I'm further that way. Whatever. Ugh, that's fine. So the camera will rotate 1 degree angular for each dollar that I receive. So yeah, this is the Earth Kingdom area. They're going to be hosting one of the parades later in our cycle, so their road is still empty. Most of the other areas we passed through already had hosted their parades. So anyway, you see there's all these nice little slots here. When they host their holiday, we'll have a bunch of teams come out and build floats. And so basically, we have a 3-hour build contest to build the sets for... let me change the game rule here real quick. Game rule, do daylight cycle false. So we had a 3-month build contest to build the settings for the 1-hour build contests. And this is one of those 1-hour build contests now. We are celebrating Vincent van Gogh's birthday in the Amsterdam area, which we'll have to go around the loop here. So, let's see. Hey, we got our first tip rolling in. Let's see who that is from. It's from Emily for 3. Thank you so much, Emily. We're going to go ahead and rotate the camera then. 3 degrees angular. Do. Yay. So thanks, Emily. Minty Gag says, howdy, Joe. Welcome back. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Fifth Alice says, good luck, everyone. I'm excited to see the floats. Thank you, Fifth Alice, there in the YouTube chat. We've got YouTube chat. We've got Twitch chat. We also have a Discord chat, which I can't see because I had clicked something else in Discord. And, oh my gosh. Sorry. Cub fan just wrote like 8 paragraphs in a group chat evaluating mathematics for cards. I will check his math later. I need to click on the live event chat link. Yeah. So howdy, Magenta Avocado, Lakshmi13, Ellis, and Wubaka. I am glad to be back. I will be talking all about my England trip this evening during my next stream. I'm planning on recording an episode where we visit the woods outside my Elvira's House of Horrors and remove the snow, and I just kind of reflect on my social visit to London. I had a fantastic time, and I've got a whole bunch of notes. I brought one of my little waterproof notebooks. A waterproof notebook is a great thing to take with you when you travel, because all of the printed information I had about my itineraries and like emergency contact numbers and stuff, I also hand penciled in my waterproof notebook, because I was like, you know, if something happens and my bag gets drenched and all my other papers with like my flight numbers or the phone number of the embassy or whatever get destroyed, I'll still have the waterproof notebook with all this stuff written in it. And so yeah, every day I would take some time and take notes on what we were up to. And in the airport on the way home, I had some time to think about how to assemble that into an episode. So yeah, this evening at 8:30 U.S. Central Time, I'm going to be going ahead and starting to springify the woods outside my Elvira's House of Horrors and talk a little bit about my trip. Brandon says, "Welcome back, Joe. Hope it was a restful break." Yes, indeed. I gotta say, a lot of people are like, international travel is stressful. But wow, it was actually like the least stressful thing I've done in years. Um, and like I've stood in my kitchen looking at my dishes and been more stressed out than I was by trying to fly to another country for the first time ever. Uh, it's not that bad. Now it helps that the visa requirements for an American visiting England are very straightforward. Everything was relatively straightforward. My flight there was nonstop. I didn't bring any electronics with me other than a digital watch. I didn't bring my normal smartwatch because I didn't want to. Well, for one thing, I didn't want to bring a charger for it. That was the main thing. I didn't bring any chargers. Normally, like the bag that I basically put all of my clothes for the whole week into one backpack that would normally be my electronics and chargers backpack. And, and it's just like traveling without luggage is so much easier too. Like not having to worry about moving your bags from plane to plane, because in international travel, like when you get off at like JFK or whatever, you have to get your bag through customs off the plane and then take it back through security. It's like a whole thing. Yeah, no phone, no I was gonna say no phone, no lights, no motor car, but I didn't bring any lights or any motor cars, unless you count the light on my digital watch, which it did technically have like a little reading light, or not reading light, but yeah. So we are re-entering the Amsterdam area here. We are, let's see, about 10 minutes into the build time. This is a survival server, so all of the builds you've seen so far have been done in survival mode. I occasionally do award blocks as like prizes for contests and stuff. So if you're like, where did somebody get a Ravager egg? They probably showed up for something where I was giving out Ravager eggs, because I'm a terrible server operator. Um, so anyway, so everyone had the opportunity. They knew what the theme was going to be in advance. So they had the opportunity, like in a real parade, to build their float in a garage somewhere and then move it onto the parade route. Now, granted, they're doing that block by block. Some of them might be eyeballing it. Some of them might be improvising. Some of them might be using Lightmatica. That is allowed. Um, the theme for this parade is Van Gogh's birthday, which is less of a traditional parade theme than some of the previous ones we've had. Obviously, um, Mardi Gras. Famously, a lot of parades. A lot of parades for Mardi Gras. Halloween, there's some Halloween parades. Van Gogh's birthday, though, this is an interesting one. But yeah, to answer Necropolis's question, it was a very restful trip. Um, I enjoyed not having any expectations of me for most of the time. Stellar says the Netherlands actually do have parades for Van Gogh's birthday. Oh, well, that's awesome. Da 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 da, the more you know. So, we've got several teams building floats right now. Oh, good, they're actually putting signs in front of them. Kindleless was assigned to this plot. So, Kindleless is doing something here. We'll find out what in a little bit. Everybody at the end gets the opportunity to have one member of their team hop on mic and tell us what they are doing. Ah, interesting. Sunflower Fields Celebrating 30 by Mantua Maker. This one here was plot 7. Well, that could really be anything. You know what? I should probably put out a tweet saying that we are live. I wanted to wait until we actually had a little bit built. There's a lot of mobs down here. Well, I don't know where down here is, but how does PayPal work again? Oh, yeah. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We're doing rotational tips. Okay. Let's see. I was going to go ahead, though, and I was going to take a screenshot of of, is there a good cluster of multiple builds? It seems like the builds are kind of spaced out, which is good, but, yeah, this is kind of an awkward angle. But I think that, because it has the Dutch flag and the flowers there. So we're going to take a screenshot real quick, and I'm going to post a tweet saying that our next build contest is overway. It's not overway. It's underway. Twitter.com/Joe Hills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's happening? Our Vincent van Gogh parade float build contest is underway now and then I need the YouTube link. Bum, 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 bum. There's the YouTube link. Kind of paste that in. You know, actually, that's, well, media. I was gonna say, I don't know where that screenshot ended up. Where is it? Oh. You know what? I think maybe we just leave the YouTube embed. Yeah. 45 minutes remain. Okay. So we got that going. And here we go. Flying around and looking at things. Sorry. I tried to get to the mute button in time. I'm out of practice. My reflexes are off. Team Melora. Doing a thing. While we go ahead and give the teams an opportunity to work on their builds, I wanted to showcase a little bit of Stellar Spider's work here on this amazing setting here. The Netherlands outpost has all sorts of gorgeous little homes and architecture along the sides here that we can just zoom in on. Like, these are just so cute. Little curtains and flowers and stuff. Feels like a quaint little neighborhood. And then, as you go this way, though, you get into, like, the cool canal, windmill, fields. Got some gorgeous flowers. Jason says, did you find yourself starting to talk with an accent over there? Oh, constantly. And I kept getting told not to do that. Because it wasn't good, apparently. I was like, alright. Alright. Point at Guinness. No. Shouldn't do that. I won't do very good. So, or well. But yeah. So, just some gorgeous, gorgeous work here throughout by Stellar. Most of this was complete in time for the judging after the 3 months of the build contest. But inside the museum, Stellar has been working on some Vincent van Gogh pieces that I wanted to showcase as well. Ooh, wait, what's this? Not an entrance. Oh. Dang it. I was like, I want to see this. Wait, so what's in that one? Hold on. This one's also not an entrance. Ah. Okay, so we're going to go in this one. Okay. So, anyway, once again, this is a survival server, and Stellar has been doing some ludicrous map art. This is a 4x4 map art of the Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. That's like absolutely wild. There's another bigger piece in here. Map art coming soon. 9x9. I can't even imagine what this... Or is it 9x7? It's 9x7. I can't even imagine what this is going to be. But yeah. So. Our pal Kindleless has also contributed to the museum with the Pandorica Opens, inspired by Doctor Who from 2010. Like, very, very cool. It's definitely no garden of earthly pleasures or delights, but it is delightful regardless, and not particularly earthly. So that's good. You want to have contrasting works in the same room. I like it. I like it. A lot of very kind words coming in. King of Kings says that's incredible. Mac and Cheese says that's insane. Welcome, Neely Stone. Neely Stone says, this is my first time joining a stream. Hi, Joe. Hi. We are currently judging. Well, currently I'm about to judge a parade float build contest. Stellar Spider of the Amsterdam Outpost, or the Holland Outpost, is graciously hosting us. We were just showing a little bit of Stellar's art. There's even more. We're going to check out more of those in a minute. But it's good to fly around real quick and kind of see what our competitors are doing. Looks like we have 5 active teams here today. Building parade floats. This is all survival mode, but they did know months in advance what the theme was going to be. So they had the opportunity to brainstorm, prepare, gather materials. There's no surprise theme or anything like that. So they could have had these in a garage somewhere and then be redeploying them now. Whatever this is interesting. Huh, okay. So we'll see. But yeah, we've got Dottie Matrix over here. Oh! Wonder who that's supposed to be. Oh, well, we'll have to find out later. We'll be interviewing a member of each team at the end of this. These are very cute already. They remind me of that game, Plants vs. Zombies, I think. And then over here, looks like some more map art is going in. Interesting. I'm curious about that. So are these reference pieces of map art, or? Hey, NJ. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Although, I kind of would have preferred to have stayed a lot longer, but, you know. Anyway, we are back in the museum. We've already looked at a couple of these pieces. And let's see what's over here. This is Augustine Rulin, done once again by Stellar Spider in Minecraft map art. We've got a self-portrait with a gray felt hat with a map art by Melora. So if you ever wondered what Melora looked like, this is Melora's self-portrait with a gray felt hat on. We've got Joseph Rulin. This is another one that Stellar Spider did. Folks on this server love doing map art, and it's great to have a little place to see it. We've got Cafe Terrace at Night here. This is pretty delightful. Yeah, so much amazing map art on this server. We've got Road with Cypress and Star. Oh, this is also gorgeous. See, that's the thing, is with Van Gogh, it's like, you see, like, certain stuff of his all the time. Like, certain stuff of his is kind of like, oversaturated almost. Not because it's not good, but it's like when somebody is so talented, it's a shame that like, one or two of their works always end up in the forefront. So, like, you know, this Cafe Terrace at Night and Road with Cypress and Star are both gorgeous, but they're not necessarily, like, what you're going to see them selling posters of at a college bookstore. You know what I mean? They've always got Starry Night. You know, they've always got a few other, like, very classic pieces. But, yeah. This Almond Blossom, also gorgeous here. Stellar Spider says, I got my name from Starry Night. I had the college bookstore poster. I mean, in fairness, my college dorm room had some poster art too. I had the Great Wave of Kanagawa, I think. Is that it? I had something. Is that what it was? The Great Wave. Yeah, the Great Wave off Kanagawa. Cool. Yeah. But like Hokusai had a whole bunch of other work too, like I've focused on, I've showcased in my art streams. But like, at the college bookstore, they only had one Hokusai. They only had one Van Gogh. They only had they had posters by all these great artists, but you only got one of each. And so, like, if you're going to college and you really want to impress folks, right? You're bringing them back to your room or whatever. Have Wheatfield with crows on your wall, even if you have to go get it printed yourself, because nobody else is going to have Wheatfield with crows, but there's going to be a lot of people with Starry Night. I'm just saying. But you know what? Maybe you deserve a Wheatfield with crows. You're worth it. Hey, welcome Lakshmi13. Oh wait, I said hi to you earlier, but yeah, hi again. So in terms of sleep, I've gotten a lot of it, but my brain is kind of all over the place because of the time changes and stuff. So sorry if I'm like a little bit spacier than usual. Nico in Indy says, I have Starry Night in my room, but I want Wheatfield with crows. I deserve Wheatfield with crows. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So yeah, that was one of the nice things about being in London for only 4 days. Although, like I said, I would have preferred to stay longer. I was constantly, like my sleep schedule was kind of messed up for the last few months anyway. It was good in January, but by February, it was off again. I had a good sleep schedule in January. But yeah. And so February and March, my sleep schedule at home wasn't great. And so then when I flew there, it was kind of nice because I was just as tired as I normally would be, except everybody expected me to be tired, so it was fine. Like, it's like everybody's really understanding when you're jet lagged. Whereas, like, if you just could use a few more hours of sleep and aren't getting them, that's not quite the case. So no, it was nice. And I'm going to be talking about my trip in detail on tonight's stream, because I'm going to be recording an episode where I talk about it while I work on my the forest outside of my Elvira's House of Horrors. We put a bunch of snow on it for winter, and it's time to springify it a little bit. So we're going to be doing that this evening and talking about the trip for an episode that'll go live soon. Okay. Beef mentioned apparently in a video today, so this is not a spoiler. But apparently Beef mentioned in a video today that he's planning on hosting a tournament for the trading card game. And so the Hermits have been very excited about that. There's a lot of chatter. I had to do a lot of back reading once I landed. So yeah, I'm just occasionally having to type responses to stuff about that, because I'm really excited about Beef organizing that. Do I know if Beef is going to do a Beetlejuice? He made requests for information from me. He has the information he would need to make the card if he chose to make the card. But I don't know if he's going to choose to make the card, if that makes sense. He's like, the initial preparation, I've answered all of his questions, but like, I don't know if he's going to actually do it or not. Anyway, Starry Night over the Rhone, as opposed to Starry Night over the phone, Wait, where's my phone? Dang it, it's over there. I can't reach the rotary phone. I was gonna dial it. It's fine. So McAdoo says, "Hey Joe, welcome back stateside. Thank you so much." Here's another one here. The sower, bum 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 bum. What you say as he sows his seeds is what you say about society. Also, 15 sunflowers, dun dun dun. I don't know. A lot of sunflowers. Yeah, these are map art made by Stellar Spider for the most part, inspired by Vincent van Gogh. A few of these, though, are completely unrelated. Like, Melora did this self-portrait with a gray felt hat. So if you're like, what does Melora look like? There you go. That's the answer. Skeleton with a cigarette. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so this is mostly Stellar Spider's work. This is another one by Stellar Spider. The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. And over here we've got Kindleis's Pandorica Opens from Doctor Who. A lot of very cool stuff here. So, in the meantime, we are actually judging a parade float build contest. Everybody has 31-minute warning. 31 minutes remain in the build contest. You don't want to tell them when they're 30 minutes out, because that's not enough time. They're going to spend 1 minute panicking, so you give people 31-minute warning. But we are having a Vincent van Gogh themed parade. Folks are working on their floats. So this is set in Stellar Spider's absolutely gorgeous setting of Amsterdam Outpost. Stellar says there's something else to see over by me. Well, let's once I finish this flyby, I think we will go say hi. I really have no idea what Kindleis is doing. Although this is Mardi Gras colors, and Kindleis kind of wasn't on theme for the Mardi Gras parade, so I wonder if was setting up some sort of elaborate joke where, like, all of my Mardi Gras stuff was in the wrong truck or something. I have no idea what to expect here. King of Kings says, the immersive Van Gogh exhibit I attended had some great stuff, all kinds of posters, and I picked up a sunflower umbrella. Oh, awesome. So let's see. Where is Stellar /TP? Joe Hill says, Stellar Spider. Whoop. Hello, Stellar. Yeah. Oh, this is very cool. Yeah, we showed this in from the distance earlier, but let's go ahead and just appreciate this. I like the texturing and color choices here. Like, so there's a big difference between when somebody, like, looks at something and makes pixel art from it versus when they just, like, run it through a JPEG filter. Right? Like whoa! Wait, what? Hold on. Is this printing? It's rising up from the ground. Oh, I thought, okay, and then is it tapering when it hits this? With gravity blocks. Wait, so when it retracts, Kindleis's work. Yeah, it seems like Kindleis's work, I'll say. So wait, so sticky pistons can pull gravity blocks, but, like, then we'll drop them? It'll, like, pull and then drop? I didn't know that. It's a massive feed tape. Wow. Okay. Well, that is very cool. That is very cool. You never know what you're going to get when you show up to one of these streams. We've got so many talented folks on the server working together. So Kindleis did the redstone, but Stellar, did you do the art yourself? And was this a collaboration, or is this all Kindleis? It's really impressive either way. I'm just curious how I want to make sure folks get credited properly. Stellar says the art was not designed by me, but translated into Minecraft by me. Well, that's what I was saying, though. Like, the pixel art was interpreted. You have a perler board piece of Starry Night. Ah. That's what it's from. Very cool interpretation. I love your color choices here. That is real cool. Okay. Welcome, Mexican. All folks are welcome here. Glad to have you. The board runs on a 41-minute cycle. Okay. So I'm assuming it'll go back to like blue sky and the flag. That's cool. Well, that is very cool. How long have we been looking at this? About 6 minutes. Well, it's worth it, but we do need to it'll stop automatically when the picture's on full display. Good. I did not want to miss the full version of it. I do want to make sure though that we stop in and or at least swing by some of the different floats and see what folks are working on. So we've got Mantua Makers Sunflowers 30, I believe it was called. Let's go look at that sign again. Sunflower Fields celebrating 30. Mardigan says, were you hoping to distract Joe for the whole 41 minutes? Because it didn't work. I mean, the thing is, if I'm going to be distracted for 41 minutes, it'll be by 45 different things, not one thing usually. Stellar says, I was hoping to impress. It is impressive. It is impressive, but, you know, I know for the viewers at home. Oh, okay, wait, I see a police box in there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We'll have to come back to that one. No, it is very cool, but yeah, I definitely want to make sure that the folks who are coming out and building floats get a little bit of screen time too. Neely Stone says, I love that it looks so much happier and brighter than the original Van Gogh. Yeah, it's interesting how playing with the color palette like can really tweak the vibe of a piece. I've been experimenting with that a little bit on my Wednesday morning art streams with Zombie Cleo. But real quick, it looks like we got a tip rolling in. Let's see who it's from. Mini Cheese Mouse. Thank you for the 5. Mini Cheese Mouse says, not able to watch as I'm at a disco with my small people. Have a great stream. Hope your trip was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you very much, Mini Cheese Mouse. Let's go ahead and rotate that camera 5 degrees. So we are now at 8 degrees angular. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So let's go ahead and make sure that's in there. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, this is still printing. That is so neat. So, but wait. These are, I understand how to make a feed tape where stuff falls, but you're pushing these up. And pushing blocks up, you can only do like 10 blocks at a time normally, I think. So, hold on. There's some part of this mechanism that I'm failing to understand. There's a lot of very specific timings happening to do that. Okay. Hopefully me being in here doesn't break anything. Hold on. Do the slime and honey blocks hold things in? Oh, okay, wait. Do the gravity blocks stick to... Okay, hold on. Let me try something here. So it's not the slime sticking to the honey. This slime and honey push up by 11, and the unit below can hold things but don't stick to. Maximize the stickiness of the slime and honey block by alternating. Okay. It's like a conveyor belt, but like the way that this is occurring is actually. I see an Enderman visited the mechanism. Did they remove something? A random grass block is in there. Ah, okay. Ooh, very cool. Okay. This is very, very impressive. But yeah. So apparently Cleo posted on Twitter about us meeting, and Tumblr freaked out. And I was like, I don't know why that's the thing that Tumblr freaks out. It's like, y'all know that we talk for hours at a time every Wednesday morning on stream. If y'all are like, I wonder what it's like when Joe and Cleo hang out, like, you can totally just stop by at 8:30 US Central Time on either my stream or Cleo's stream and see what we're on about. Quill says, wait, we did? I've been off Tumblr more than usual. That's okay. Bum, 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 bum. Got several builds underway. What's going on? Am I invisible? Also, I don't know. I am not invisible. I have some sort of potion effect. What a potion. I have night vision, jump boost, and speed. Okay. Lots going on here. Looking good. We haven't actually flown by this building in great detail. This is kind of the extreme corner of the Netherlands area. I love showcasing kind of the work that went into the individual areas during these parade float build contests, because during the original judging, we only had 10 minutes for every area, and there's 12 areas, so it was like we had to rush. We didn't get to just sit and appreciate, but yeah, this looks great. I really like the way that this is textured here with the sandstone walls and the smooth sandstone. That definitely does a lot. I should have lots of bikes on the streets. Dear Minecraft, more bikes, please. Yeah, one thing I did this week was I set up an out of office email thing for my business email. Like, I've set those up for my day job before, but never for like my own accounts, the ones I run. And I think that the IT department at my old day job might have some sort or at the previous places I've worked might have had some sort of filter about the out of office messages, because I got back and my inbox is full of could not deliver notifications, because apparently every time I got emailed from somebody like do not reply at company.com, it sent out a out of office message saying, hi, I'm out of office until the end of the week, I'll get back to you then, thanks for your patience. And so So it's just like I come back and I'm like, wow, my email is like 8 times more full than I thought it would be after a few days away. Oh no, no worries. It's just all of these mailer demon failure notifications for my outgoing. Hi, I'm out of office. Womp womp. Welcome, Sad Poppy, in the YouTube chat. Glad you could join us. Ooh, looks like that picture is almost done printing. Why don't we... Oh, in fact, it is. It's actually fully framed now if we pop back in over here. I'm assuming that with this redstone, you need to make sure that the entire system is loaded, because this is going to cross multiple chunk boundaries, and you'd end up with weird synchronization issues, possibly. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is how does it pop them up? It must pull it... Whoa. Are we back? Did we lose the internet entirely, or was that... Kindle says, yes, unloading would be very bad. Am I still streaming? Stream's still up. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't on the server's end. Server's okay. Okay, awesome. Yep. So this is our cutting-edge vanilla server. We're running 1.19.3 right now because I was away this week. But normally when the new Java jar comes out, I update it that day. So since I only got my computer and stuff, my Wi-Fi and everything back up this morning, I didn't bother with it all last night. I didn't have the chance to update the server, but we are going to be going to 1.19.4 in a few hours. So if you're like, man, I love playing Minecraft on people's Patreon servers, giving people money is my favorite way to join a server. Well, good news. This is our bleeding edge vanilla server. We also have a few other servers that are updated less frequently. We've got Yurgi's Vanillish server. I'm definitely seeing a lot of lag with people flying around. Wondering if that's on my end. Like I said, we had a lot of problems with the internet here before this, or because of the storm we had a while back, and I haven't really been around much to test it while I was traveling. But yeah, we've got Yurgi's Vanillish server, which has all of the quality of life stuff that people love to see from Hermitcraft, like statues and all those little data packs and things like that that people like. My connection quality of the server is 1 bar. Oh, that's not great. I was gonna say, how come I can't see that? Yeah, they might be. We had a huge storm here in Nashville where like 20% of the city lost power, 160 light poles were knocked down, and there's been a bunch of internet infrastructure problems too that they've been trying to repair since then. So, if they're doing work upstream of me, because like I don't see anybody like out my apartment window with a truck, but like if they're doing stuff at the neighborhood or higher levels, there might be some blips in the internet. So. Jaco works as... Oh no, I hope everyone's okay. We didn't have too many fatalities, but I mean, it was a pretty severe windstorm. There were like something like 160 electric poles knocked down, trees uprooted and fell on cars and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. One of the writers for the Nashville scene, Betsy Phillips, was tweeting about how she's like, yeah, my roof is currently getting like peeled off my house by the wind, and I'm on the phone with the insurance company, and they're like, well, we can't really help you while the event is in progress. And she's like, so what do I do? And they're like, well, call us back when your roof is all the way gone. And she's just like, well, you know, I don't love being here by myself while the roof is getting peeled off. And they're like, that's not really our thing. Like, we can't keep you on the line. Sorry. And it's just like, that's terrifying. Yeah. So, yeah, we were very fortunate. My apartment wasn't actually directly damaged, although there was a lot of damage in the kind of surrounding area, trees down on crossroads and stuff. And we were without power for a while, so I did have to, I did have to toss basically everything in our fridge. But now our fridge is clean. It's because at that point I'm like, well, since we had to empty the fridge anyway, let's wipe the whole thing down with bleach wipes and clean all the trays and drawers and pull all the trays and drawers out and clean them. So my fridge is the cleanest it's been since we moved in. How are we on time here? We're about to have an 11-minute warning in about 10 seconds. 11-minute warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, clean fridge but no food. That's the thing too, though, is like, well, so since I was just overseas for a week, yeah, it's like, I looked in the fridge and it's like, okay, I've got a jar of pickles, a jar of olives. Like, I didn't bother replacing a lot of stuff after the storm because I was like, well, I'm about to go away again. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go grocery shopping later this weekend. Mercurial void fell from a high place. That's not ideal. But yeah, speaking of me needing to go buy food, this is a viewer-supporter stream and channel in general. My YouTube is almost entirely supported by viewers, supporting with tips and Patreon. Very little of my revenue comes in from ads, which means that I can make the sort of stuff I want to make. And because very little of my revenue comes from me working a day job anymore, by which I mean none, I can record when I want to record, and I'm able to make things with my pals. I missed out on so many group recordings over the last 10 years because I was at my day job. And the problem with the hermits is they'd say something like, okay, we're going to record this big important group thing at what would basically be the middle of the day, my time, on a Tuesday. And I'd be like, we're absolutely sure we're recording it on Tuesday? And they'd be like, yeah. So then, even if I took the day off work, there was like a 70% chance we would get there on Tuesday and people would be like, well, actually, this isn't set up yet. Can we do it on Wednesday? And everybody would be like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'd be like, no, I took today off work. I can't take tomorrow off work too. So yeah, given how chaotic Hermitcraft is, y'all allowing me to show up for stuff is just absolutely huge. Thank you so much. Jiao Yen, tippin' 2 in YouTube. Thank you very much. That's going to rotate the camera another 2 degrees angular here. And we've also got another 10 rolling in from Magenta, who says, glad to have you back, Joe. I am glad to be back. Let's go ahead and rotate that camera up to 20 now. Boom, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay. So thank you, Magenta and Jiao Yen. So we've got about 8 minutes and 15 seconds left. Womp womp. Uh-oh. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this a drone? Are these like projector drones? We'll find out. Let's see what this little boat is. SS Van Gogh's birthday is my birthday too. Stellar Spider, so I guess that. Oh, so these little boats are where people staged their stuff. Oh. So the staging area for people's build materials are on these little boats in the canal. That was really good thinking, Stellar Spider. I like that a lot. Houseboats in the canal. Kindless says, I brought a submarine. I'm not surprised. Wait, does the submarine submerge and unsubmerge? Oh, that makes as much sense as anything else. Okay. That is absolutely delightful, Kindless. That's fun. Huh. A lot of creative folks on this server. Uh-oh. Don't want some rain. /clear. /clear at A. What parts of this town do not pop out of the ground automatically, writes Mardigan. Yeah, great question. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remain. Team Redstone is right next door. Stellar Spider says, my build right now does not pop out. Oh, yeah, this is what Stellar Spider is working on here. Stellar Spider, is this based on, like, part of an actual museum? Or this specific museum, even? Is this, like, an extension or annex or something? Or is this just a different building you're working on? It's a hotel in Rotterdam. Awesome. Ender Ninja says, did Joe get Twitter, or is that just me? I think it's just you, because I'm looking at my levels. Yeah. Jaco Works says, everything happening here right now is so delightful. I love it. Thank you, Jaco Works. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Quill says, I gotta run. Have a great Van Gogh's birthday. Thank you, Quill. Appreciate it. So, yeah, Vincent Van Gogh's actual birthday is on the 30th of March, but we had some other stuff coming up, so I wasn't going to be able to... This was the closest we could get for the parade scheduling. So we normally don't sing birthday songs to people when it's not their actual birthday, but here we go. Feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños a ti, feliz cumpleaños a Vincent Van Gogh, feliz cumpleaños a ti, y muchas más. From Wikipedia, in a decade, Van Gogh created about 2,100 artworks, including around 860 oil paintings, most of which date from the last 2 years of his life. That's really impressive. That's a lot of work. Welcome, Shepherd of Greenhill. Glad you could join us. Appreciate the raid. We are just hanging out here. We've got 3 minutes and 34 seconds remain. I'm the worst at looking at the clock close to the minute. I'm always like, I want to give like a 3-minute warning, but like, it's like 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Man, by the time we get to then, it'll be too late. Pie left, pie left. Do 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 da da. Ooh, hey, what's this? What's this book? That sounded like an Enderman. The Anne Frank House of Amsterdam. I'm assuming that was also more map art by Stellar. Is that an Enderman? That sounds like an Enderman. Stellar says, finished that one this morning. Ah, excellent work. Ooh, what's this? There are Enderman and boats nearby. Ooh, lots of room for expansion. Yep, so this server is timed in step with the Hermitcraft cycle. Every time Hermitcraft restarts, we reset our flagship vanilla server. Our other servers are timed a little bit differently. Like, for example, our modded server, every time a major update comes out, like 120, 121, that sort of thing, we will wait until the mods catch up to it and then run that for like 6 months and basically start it over when 121 comes out or whatever. So, sometimes that ends up being 9 or 12 months, but like basically we don't try to update um, the modded server midway. We just say, okay, this is the version for the modded server, and then we install the mods on it, and then we go. Weather clear again. And then the vanillish server, that updates more at Yurgi's discretion, but basically would be kind of comparable to this one, where it updates when Hermitcraft updates, except the vanillish server is on like a more of a delay behind that, so that way there's time for all the mods and data packs and stuff to catch up that people need. Then we've got the Everstorm server, which updates about once a month and is our hardcore server. So about once a month you get one life to play on a new server where I kind of play with some rules and do some weird stuff. So, yeah. If you're interested in playing on these servers, let me go ahead and link patreon.com/joehills. And we got about 30 seconds remain. So hold on, 30 seconds. Patreon.com/joehills right there. That also gets you access. $5 a month gets you access to the Discord that we use for the third chat during live streams. $10 a month gets you access to all the Minecraft servers. And then there are other things from there, but those are the two kind of main tiers that most people are at. So, we have, there's my timer. Pencils down. Wow, that is an uncomfortable amount of time before the, we are done. We are done. Let's go ahead and start at the head of the parade here. Let me clear my throat. Alrighty. So we are going to have one representative from each team go ahead and tell us who worked on the build and what it's about. Hello, what are we looking at here?
Howdy, Joe. This is Melora. I might have my spouse Mardigan come and explain more because I might start sneezing a whole bunch, allergies and seasonal stuff, you know.
No, that's fine.
But so I spent about 3 months making, if you see over facing away from Bahala, recreating Van Gogh's Starry Night in maps. So this is 63 maps.
Okay, so is this the 7x9 piece that was missing from the
Yes.
museum?
So we're gonna move this after the parade into there, so it's not like twice the maps to make it laggy here. But you know.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's
so
very impressive.
yeah, because like I thought like when you have smaller maps, you can't really see the like just kind of the genius with his art, his brush strokes, and the way he applied color and just his vision. And what I've got kind of behind this, and you can see better from the other side because it doesn't have the map blocking the view. My family, we went to see like a Van Gogh experience where they have the 3D stuff where they'd have like a blank wall with maybe like a statue of Van Gogh's face or like a giant vase or something, and they would use like not lasers, projectors. That's what they're called. They project the image of his paintings over that, so you can see like also the 3D, and like it really brought it to life. And so that's what we were trying to go for here with these little flying things. They're supposed to be drones projecting the image of the map on here, so people watching it could see it kind of moving by.
Ah, okay. I was curious if those were drones. That's very cool. Okay. Very neat. So with this little truck here, I'm assuming that this is also your work, the self-portrait,
Yes,
on account of that being what it said in the museum.
that's true. That's what he titled it too. So
Yeah. So
didn't want to like, yeah.
How long did this one take you? This 3x2 one?
I would say each map would be about a day or so.
Wow. Okay, and that's 128 by 128 blocks for each map.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
Wow.
We've got some pretty nice map portal set up,
Hmm.
map platform set up in the end, so you don't have to worry about phantoms or sleeping or anything like that. So that's really nice. No creepers spawning accidentally or
Do you do any
stuff like that.
painting in real life? Just out of
I
curiosity.
do some,
Hmm.
yes. I also sew. I've I've made plushies of different Minecraft characters
Hmm.
and other things, but it's kind of hard to get really involved in heavy painting because I have like two young kids at home.
Hmm. Well, that
So I
makes
can get
sense.
more into it now, but when they were like 4 and like liable to try to eat stuff that I had out, you know.
No, that makes total sense. I was going to ask if you found. Sorry, let me get this weather clear. Did you find that studying his brush strokes influenced your own painting at all? Because like you're clearly paying a lot of attention to his individual strokes here and getting a sense of that.
Yeah, it's certainly got me to think about more of like an abstract thing. I do a lot of just pen and ink drawing, and so I've been trying to think like the way he did some of his strokes. Just you see the texture that comes through that. So I've been translating that over to just some ink work that I've
Hmm.
been doing, like
Oh well,
without
that.
color, but just the way that the texture goes, and you can see like the movement in there. I've really
Mhm.
put that in lately.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you're familiar with Evan Dom. He's still alive, but he's an artist who does some really interesting pen and ink work. He's quick with a brush. Watching him stream his inking process is just really impressive. So if that's the sort of thing that you're into, let me see if I can find a link to him real quick to post for people. But Evan Dom is an artist who I've appreciated his work for over a decade. I've met him at conventions, and like he's very approachable and encouraging of young artists like myself. Uh, and so let's see. Boy. Well, here's the about page on his website. There's probably better stuff to send you to. Like my illustrated Moby Dick. He was the one that did that, which is just absolutely gorgeous. 60 illustrations. Oh, you know what? This actually, I hate linking directly to like a website selling stuff, but like it's it's hard to convey like without yeah. Posting that in the chats. But yeah, you can see like the way he uses the pen and the ink to really convey a sense of volume and light and shadow. So yeah, if you're enjoying,
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
yeah, if you're looking for something that you could do at home more easily without setting up a full oil painting thing. Um, and like I said, Evan Dom does do like live streams of himself inking and stuff, and just very patient, communicative, approachable guy. Like, so I have no qualms about plugging him, or promoting his stuff. But yeah, this is amazing. So once again, this was Team Melora and Mardigan. Um, Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, we are gonna move on to our second entrant. That is Team Centauratron. Centauratron, you can go ahead and type out what you are working on here. Go ahead and oh wow, you had that ready. Time to do my best Centauratron voice. My idea was that the sunflowers from Van Gogh's original painting have gained sentience. So I built a few sunflower characters from different video games. Sunflora from Pokemon in the front right, the Sunflower Kid from Super Mario Sunshine, and the Sunflower from Plants vs. Zombies in the back left. Since they've now left the vase, I guess you could say they're gone. Ooh, that is clever. Oh, sorry, I'm hitting this thing here. So yeah, here we have the vase. It's an interesting use of banners for the eyes. That's very clever. Very clever indeed. Yeah, and since these are video game characters, they kind of translate pretty neatly into Minecraft as is. Okay. Very, very cool. Thank you, Centauratron, for sharing. These are absolutely adorable. I like the three-dimensional interpretations. Just fantastic stuff. The vase pun was very solid as well. Got a little bit of soil. The vase is very soiled, but that's okay. It should be. We're going to go ahead and move on to Vincent, September 1889 by Dottie Matrix. Dottie Matrix, can you tell us what we're looking at here? And did you work on this alone? You might have to push to talk, Dottie. No worries.
Sorry about that. Hi, Joe. Yes, I worked on this alone.
Mm-hmm.
So this is based on a self-portrait of Van Gogh from 1889.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to build him so that I could like go and actually tell the guy, much like in the Doctor Who episode, how much his work means.
Keep pushing to talk.
Yeah, I'm really bad at push to talk. Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, so I built him much like in the Doctor Who episode, so I could like talk to him and tell him how much I appreciate his work. Like,
Mm-hmm.
haven't you ever wanted to go talk to one of your heroes and tell them how much you admire their work and how
I can't tell if that's you not pushing to talk or if that's network problems on my end still.
I think it's me. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Well, insert a whole bunch of goat horn puns here, where I would admire and sing his praises and
Mm-hmm.
tell him how much his work makes me ponder the universe.
Very fair. Very cool. So what's up with the
Unfortunately, I'm doing it from the wrong side because
Okay.
you should be doing it to his proper ear over here.
Mm-hmm.
So mental health can be a really invisible issue, but it can really taint just everything about your worldview. You can sit
Mm-hmm.
here and be hearing all this praise, and that's what could be going on inside your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's rough, but honestly, anybody out there who's dealing with this sort of stuff, you're not alone. There's help out there, and there are resources.
Mm-hmm. Dottie is absolutely correct. You can always find resources in your own country online. Obviously, a lot of that stuff is very regional and local, so we're not going to post links to anything in particular here. But if you search for stuff in your area, you will find it. So hope folks who need to take that step do take that step. So yeah, thank you, Dottie. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add here?
Nope, that's all. Thank you thanks for listening.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, the terracotta eyes especially really really add something. Oh boy. Very cool. We've got a little Mardigan. So wait, what is this here, Mardigan?
Well, so originally I was thinking of like a textual, some kind of like poetic submission, kind of in the vein of like Don McLean's song Vincent.
Okay.
Just kind of thinking about the artist and the life of him, but I didn't have time for that, so you should probably just skip this one.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say parade floats don't normally have like a book on them because they're, intended to be viewed from the sidelines. But yeah, that's fair. Well, I hope that you continue to develop your ideas. Commemorative historical fiction library mobile. That's what he would have wanted. Yeah, maybe not the best choice for a parade float, but an interesting concept. Thank you, Mardigan. We've got Sunflower Fields celebrating 30 with Mantua Maker. Mantua, tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of two floats in one. So the front half is for the Van Gogh parade, and it's the part that I got finished. And it's obviously the sunflower. I was really inspired by the single sunflower painting, and it's just pretty awesome to play with the colors. I tried to get as close as I could with the Minecraft blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that done. I didn't get the second half done as much as I want, but today's a really special day for me. It's the 30th anniversary of my adoption, and we celebrate that instead of my birthday
Mm-hmm.
because they're just 8 days apart. So um, the 26th is my birthday, and today is the 30th anniversary of my adoption. So I've got my house on this side
Mm-hmm.
and the courthouse on this side. Um, is the start. It isn't completely finished
Mm-hmm.
because ran out of time, but and then I put 30 on the back of the float.
Ah.
Um, and I was able to put the one other like really important part that I wanted to get on here. The part that's probably going to make me tear up is I put a uh, the way that I met my family was at a party, and I got a face painting with a an orca, and so this is just to celebrate the day that I met them. So
Oh,
um,
it's
yeah.
adorable.
So and the other part was the fields does mix in a bit because I grew up on a farm,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of the hard part in the foster home, and then my family adopted me out,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was kind of a celebration of that too, and it was sort of the idea that where Van Gogh was in the city and then he moved out to the um, fields. He was in the end part of his life.
Mm.
Did a lot of his painting out in the there was his inspiration. So there, that's kind of it.
That's a very interesting concept to integrate these like that. Yeah. Wow. Well, happy Adoption Day. I don't know how to sing that in Spanish, but if you want to see me embarrass myself, Feliz Dia de tu adopción a ti. Feliz Dia de tu adopción a ti. Feliz Dia de tu adopción, Mantua Maker. Feliz Dia de tu adopción a ti. But hopefully you don't need another.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
But yeah, this is great. I really like the way you interpreted the sunflower into 3 dimensions because you're not dealing with only palette choices but depth choices here. And that really comes out well. It's impressive. So, wow. Okay, well, thank you so much, Mantua Maker. I will see what we have next. It looks like we're down to our last float here. From the irascible redstoner Kindless, who was assigned this plot. Kindless, what are we looking at?
Good evening, Joe, or afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, it's happening.
From the museum, we saw the picture of the Pandora Opens, which is my favorite piece of Van Gogh fan fiction
Sure.
because it combines it with the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to make a picture of this artist just before it exploded
Mm.
because you've set the world time to stop. So I figure we can have just a snapshot of things before it gets really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I built this one is because the Van Gogh episode of Doctor Who is probably the best episode of Doctor Who they made because they didn't use any kind of cheap tricks to, make his life seem better than it actually was,
Mm-hmm.
or make his struggles seem any worse or any better or worse. They played it straight and honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to make this build because I wasn't going to be able to build a whole anything else that Van Gogh could have done in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was a good callback to how one he was represented in Doctor Who, but also how he was made into an integral part of their story for their season finale, even though he had died in a previous episode.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Very cool. So, for those folks who are not familiar with the show Doctor Who, we have a police box in the back of a truck. And how would you kind of what's your elevator pitch on that for folks who are not familiar with the show?
Doctor Who is a show about what is it? Intellect and romance, defeating brute force and cynicism.
We might be too far removed. I meant more like this is a spaceship blowing up in a truck because why is a spaceship in a truck? Like because someone stole it or because they parked it there on their way to go get Thai food or
Well, the Doctor was separated from the TARDIS, and then River Song went and blew it up because she was brainwashed by the silence, and was also in love with him, and things ended poorly in that episode, and then it got better.
yay. Very cool. And I'm assuming that you did the map art for the police box yourself?
Yes. I use the transparent maps, so those are blue concrete blocks for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the dominant blue is actually the block underneath, and then the other colors are the blocks I actually placed.
Very cool. So this is like done over the ocean then? Is that what you're saying? Or
Oh no, I have a platform in the end, so it's actually like fully transparent on the map itself. Like the large blue areas are just concrete color.
okay, I don't think I fully understand that, but but I feel like that's just me not understanding something about maps and not your failure to explain it well. So we'll move on. Okay, very cool. So thank you very much, Kindleus. I like the color. I like the Doctor Who reference. It's very neat. The submarine, obviously not part of the actual judging, but very cool. And also the that redstone to get that tape to move up with the picture over here. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, once again, not part of the judging, but I do want to recognize that is some impressive timing on the redstone to get something like that to come up out of the ground flat in Minecraft. So, very cool stuff. Okay, so normally here we would go into conference so that the judge and I can confer. Although, since I'm the judge today, I still need some time to think and compare some of my notes that I typed up or wrote down during this. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can play one of my songs real quick. Normally we don't play music during this because I'm talking to the judges, but we can actually do that today. Let's open folder, stream music, and let's see, what do I have any? None of these songs are particularly Vincent van Gogh-ish. Are any of these about art or Amsterdam? Probably not especially. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and put on my Pokemon Go rhyming geography song, because there was a Pokemon in the parade called My Destiny is in Tennessee. This is about 4.5 minutes long, and I'm going to look at my notes and announce first, second, and third. Be right back.
Folks say to be the very best, you gotta travel across the land. But I'm happy here at pretty good, just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics events. But my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokédex in hand. You run your laps chasing picky tongues in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. don't need tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nittaqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our toga peas here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or polar bears from Mississippers. There's enough Weedles on Monteagle. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubble down the shovel. We could team sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. Sorry, Pokecoin Palooka, we'll hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our toga peas here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our toga peas here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace.
All right, I am unmuting now. I gotta say, this is a tough one. All 5 of our contestants brought something really interesting and really fun to the table. Once again, thank you to Stellar Spider, the creator of the Amsterdam Outpost, for hosting us. This whole region is beautiful and has been a gorgeous setting for this today. So, we're going to go ahead and, let's see, let's go ahead and start with third place, which is going to go to Team Melora Did a Thing. I really, really love the artwork here. Like, the map art is just absolutely amazing. And if this was a map art contest, like, this would have won. Like, and maybe we should, now that I'm thinking about how many people here really clearly love map art, maybe we should have, like, a 3-month-long map art project as, like, a big contest. Because I love having a combination of short-term, like 1-hour build contests, and also the 3-month build contests where we do the whole regions. Like, this is just absolutely beautiful, but I can't give it first place because so much of the piece wasn't built in this hour. That's not a criticism, but, like, this is so good in so many ways. And I really do like what you've got here with the drones and the depth and the museum exhibit piece. And so, yeah, you are still walking out of here with third. But, like, you've definitely got me thinking that maybe a long-term map art build contest would be worth hosting. But yeah, this is absolutely spectacular work. So let's see. So like all of these things, I'm gonna, I don't know, I guess give you whatever I've got in my pockets. Here's 64 invisible item frames, uh, as well as I don't know, some squid spawn eggs. You know, I don't know what else. What do kids want these days? Here's a bundle. No, we're gonna also slash give Melora netherite block, not nether brick block, netherite block 10. So there's 10 netherite blocks. So thank you. Oh yeah, I don't have text showing up. So somebody says light blocks. My user says light blocks. You could always use more of these. Dang it, the weather is not willing to let up. But yeah, thank you so much, Melora, and congratulations to Team Melora and Mardigan. The detail, like having the truck and the driver. One thing I always appreciate is stuff that feels like a real parade float, and that's something that's when we have other judges, they like to judge on different criterion. But like I always imagine, like how cool would it be if I was in New Orleans for Mardi Gras and I saw this coming down this street and like just this feel. I like the way you did the detail on the truck. This feels like a float to me. So okay, sorry, I'm getting I'm getting messages I can ignore until later. But yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous and fun and feels like the sort of thing that would be cool to see from the side of the road. We have, let's go ahead and move on now to our second place winner. I am going to go ahead and swing by Mantua Maker. Woo! I gotta say, I love this giant sunflower. It really, just like I said, the color and the depth are just absolutely spectacular. The way you integrated the other parts of the build, kind of, once again, like it's got a real world parade float vibe to it. How like local organizations would incorporate elements of the people who made the float, like their stuff ends up incorporated into it in the parades, and that's very cool. Actually, a spaceship points out the sunflower has brush strokes. Yeah, it really it captures that kind of Van Gogh spirit. I really like it. So, where is Mantua Maker here? So I can, let me see. What else do I have in my pockets? Here are 40 turtle eggs, a milk bucket, an elytra. What else? Here's some waxed exposed cut copper stairs, another bundle, and I'm gonna go ahead and toss you some bone blocks. Obviously, I have to give you more stuff that I just gave Melora. So you're gonna also walk out of here with 20 netherite blocks. But yeah, Mantua, this is very cool. I really like it. Okay, so for first place, and once again, these judging criteria are very arbitrary. Every time we have a different judge, you like, I basically tell them it's what you like. You know, wait, what did I do? Did I just give Melora? Dang it! I just gave Melora the other 20 blocks. Yeah, Melora, please give those 20 blocks to Mantua. Okay, yeah, I did give those. And so it's like, you know what? So a lot of this is just like with the judging. How does it make you feel? What do you think when you see this coming down the street? And I gotta say, the idea of a bunch of like a local group of like mental health professionals building this giant paper mache bust of Van Gogh and then having people take turns yelling in his ear as they go down the street. Like, there's just something about that that captured my imagination. It's delightful, it's thematic, it like this just, I don't know, just the way you built the three-dimensional bust feels like the sort of thing that people would build in a garage and roll down the street with. And I just really like it. And at the end of the day, that that ends up being what matters. So let's see what I've got in my pockets. Here is a golden apple, a minecart with command block. That command block, I picked it up. I don't know if it does it retain the commands when I pick them up. You might be able to give people free endermite heads with that. I don't know, because that's what the command did. Here's 8 endermite heads, just in case that's not what it does. Slash weather clear. Let's see. Here's another 64 invisible item frames. As well as a Joe Hills Says head. And we're going to go ahead and give Melora 30 blocks this time to give to Dottie Matrix. Just kidding, Melora. I'm not here to give you extra work. / give Dottie Matrix 30 netherite blocks, which you are welcome to use or trade or do with as you please. But yeah, all of these builds are very excellent. Kindleless, I love Doctor Who. I love your build, and I really appreciate the redstone work you've done here as well. Centauratron, thank you for giving this a go. This is your first parade, and honestly, you were really close. Like, it's very hard, but I have to pick 3 out of 5 because I really do like your 3-dimensional interpretations of these 2-dimensional pixelated sunflowers. Just such great stuff from everybody here today. So thank y'all for coordinating. Centauratron says, I even themed my robes around sunflowers. Oh, well, that's something that you got to mention, you know. Yeah, you did. You did. That's the sort of thing you should mention during the presentation part. It wouldn't have affected the judging, but like, no, yeah, I forgot because I was nervous. That's okay. That's okay. It was your first time. You showed up and you didn't break any rules and get kicked out. The first time, I always tell people, the first pinball tournament, if you show up and you don't get kicked out for like accidentally playing the wrong person's ball or something, don't do that. Seriously. Like, your first time you're in a tournament, okay, you only built in your own spot and you followed the time limit. You're good. You're good. But Centauratron, hoping to see you back. So once again, 2 incredible honorable mentions from Centauratron and Kindleless. Just a great showing across the board. Thank you all for coming out today. Once again, this is a viewer-supported stream. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. If those roll in after the stream ends, don't worry, because they will still be reflected in tonight's stream, because camera resets at 6 a.m. Punxsutawney time. In this house, we follow Groundhog Day rules. I'm like, I guess I can hold it this way, but then it's cropped weird. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, Rex, I saw you come in earlier. Sorry, I was in the middle of something and didn't say hi. Hi, Rex. I did have a good trip. Thank you. Stellar Spider says, I finished my building. Well, let's go check out Stellar Spider's building. Once again, thanks to Stellar for hosting. What? You did this in an hour? Oh my gosh. Y'all are so fast at building in Minecraft. And like, I like the little textures on the curtains and everything. Wow. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, this basically wasn't here when we started, right? And the back of the building is accurate to real life. Okay, so it's like, okay, so even though there's one wall that's empty, it's like, in real life, that's just what that looks like. Wow. Y'all are such incredible builders. NJ has already added it to my notes to brainstorm map art build contest rules. I'll probably do something like we would have like multiple categories for the judging, like a 1x1 map. Like basically we would have an entry tier for 1x1 maps, which is something, it's just one piece. And then we would have something like maybe up to, like, we would have 2 through 9 maps, and then we would have like 10 plus maps. I don't know. We'll have to brainstorm like where the different categories would be, but I feel like, yeah, giving people like 2 to 3 months. I clearly need to figure out like maybe a theme, but maybe not. Maybe it's just completely open. I don't know. We're gonna brainstorm that, but yeah, this has been gonna have to rent space on the map platform. Yeah. People might need to pay you to expand the map platform. I don't know. Is that something that can be done? Can you expand the map platform with like? Are you using buckets and like lava buckets and water buckets to? It's just work. Okay. Well, categories for original artwork or reproductions. Yeah, that's another good point. So we'll have probably a request for comments period of about a week. So turn daylight cycle on. Good point. Game rule, do daylight cycle true. Okay, so we just gave it a few minutes for last call for tips to roll in. I'm gonna do a manual refresh. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna create a feedback map build contest. And we will put that in there. And 1 week for feedback before I open a map build contest on DS9. Before I announce a map build contest on DS9. Let's see, what date of the week would that? So if the map build contest started Monday the 27th. 27th of March. Contest would run for a few months. Let's see. Various categories based on size and content. TBD. Okay. I know I can turn off the weather cycle, but yeah, then I always forget to set it back on. Okay. So yeah, well, do we want to start? So we'll announce the it would only be for new work. It began after contest start date. Okay. So I need to mention to Tommy for the newsletter tomorrow. I don't think we're doing a newsletter. Are we doing a news? No, maybe we are doing a newsletter Monday. I don't know. That needs to go in there. Feedback map build contest. Okay. It's like NaNoWriMo, but with maps. Yeah. We might not... Yeah, I mentioned in the last newsletter there would be a newsletter Monday. Oh, that's right, because I was like, I feel like we were going to skip a newsletter because of my trip, but it's the one that happened while I was on my trip. Okay, so yeah, we'll... So basically, I'll have Tommy's sanity check whatever my rules decisions are on this, and then we'll publish the rules in the next newsletter on Monday the 27th. But we'll do a call for feedback in this Monday's newsletter. So yeah. So this Monday we'll do the call for feedback, next Monday after that, we'll do the actual announcement. GT Bucket says, I missed the beginning. How are the floats looking? Yeah, we actually just wrapped up. Just to give you a sense of how competitive it was, GT Buckets, this was 3rd place. And this is so good. All of these are so good. We've got these adorable sunflowers here again. Yeah, let's do one last fly through for anybody who's joining us since I started rambling. We've got this incredible bust of Vincent van Gogh right here. A beautiful sunflower here from Mantua Maker. And finally, a Doctor Who TARDIS. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. We have some amazing entries today. But yeah, we're gonna do a proper map art build contest because people keep showing up at these events with incredible map art, but I can't let that be. Like, it's one of those things. I feel bad because it's like this was 3 months worth of work, and it should be judged separately from 1 hour worth of work. You know, and so yeah. If we had a 3-month build contest where people could do large scale stuff like this, that would be really cool to show off. But then, like I said, we'd probably have other categories for like smaller pieces and whatnot as well. Because yeah, not everybody has time to make something like this. For some people, 3 months to make a 1x1 map might be all they could do. But I would still want them to feel like they could participate and be judged fairly in a separate category. Because yeah, that's the thing, is since we're not resetting the Hermitcraft server anytime soon, we don't have a big 3-month architecture build contest coming up. We're going to have several more of these 1-month parade float contests. But yeah, Kindle says time to make a dynamic map. Wait, can you make like animated GIF maps in Minecraft? Yeah, this is my Patreon server. How do you make a dynamic? Oh, because if the chunks are loaded and you're nearby enough and you have a linked map, like the subtitles. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah. This is just so cool. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much. It's so fantastic coming back from a trip, getting to see y'all's creative stuff. It's getting me excited creatively. Like I said, I'm going to be recording my travel reflections at tonight's normal time evening stream, 8:30 U.S. Central. That's going to be slightly different in relation to British time because we had daylight savings time happen and they haven't yet. So just if you are late because of daylight savings time changes, don't worry, because the travel reflections are going to be the focus of my next Minecraft video. Okay. So yeah, basically everybody has a week to figure out, like, while we try and figure out what the rules of the contest would be, you'll have a week to kind of figure out what you want to do with your like to research different work and stuff like that you might want to be inspired by if you were doing an interpretation, or if you're doing something original, you know, you can start sketching stuff out on paper even though you wouldn't be allowed to start building until the contest formally starts. You could start like brainstorming what you want to do. But yeah, this is all on my Patreon server. Patreon.com/JoeHills. $5 a month gets you into the Discord for the stream chats. $10 a month gets you onto the Minecraft servers. Boy, it is so nice to be streaming again and hanging out with you all. Unfortunately, since I was away for a week, I've got a bunch of stuff around my apartment that I need to catch up on, laundry and the like. So I will go and knock some things out, and then I will be back in about 4 hours and 45 minutes, 4 hours, 40 minutes or so, at 8:30 U.S. Central Time. Let's see. Let's see who is streaming on Twitch. Let's see. You know who I owe a raid to is let's mute that because that's very loud. I'm not sure if it's actually pronounced Mia or Maya, but Mia or Maya went ahead and helped me out during the Tumblr build contest, and or not Tumblr build contest, YouTube's. Wow, 27 viewers. That seems lower than usual. Okay, I was gonna say I owe Maya a raid, but this is not gonna count as that raid because that's way less than usual. Okay, wow. Well, anyway, when you get over there, our raid messages. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hill's raid here. Don't worry, Joe says this doesn't count as your real raid. So, anyway, I did promise a raid at some point. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do 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 do.